Early Michiganders, Michigan History, 1600s to 1700s Reader's Theater Play. We read this in class during Michigan History 7. Narrator A. Welcome to Living History, where history will come alive right in front of you. Step back in time to the early 1600s. Here we meet the Chippewa Indians, who were the first people to set foot on the land of Michigan many moons ago. Bosho, this is our way of saying hello. I'm here to tell you about Kitchi Manitou. He is our great spirit who made rock, water, fire, and wind. From these things he created the sun, earth, moon, and stars. And finally he added plants, animals, and last of all, human beings. For all of our great spirits, we are thankful for what the earth gives to us. We are careful to return to the earth all that we borrow. Megwetch, Kitchi Manitou, we thank you, great spirit. We travel in time to 1620. The Europeans are eager to find wealth in Asia. They travel west over the Atlantic Ocean and discover a great obstacle in their path. It is North America. The Europeans are still not convinced that a shortcut to Asia called the Northwest Passage does not exist. Explorer after explorer is sent across North America and the Great Lakes in search for the Pacific Ocean, too many miles away for them to reach. I am a French explorer. My name is Etienne Brule. I come to your great waters to find the Northwest Passage, away to the Pacific Ocean. You as native peoples can help me in my journey. You will be my guides. We will take you by canoe through the waters of the Great Lakes. We will leave the Georgian Bay and travel north and then west. It is land that we know, and we must tell you the journey will be difficult. There are great waterfalls and a majestic body of water that we call Superior. We will travel at dawn tomorrow. Let's gather our supplies and check our canoe so that our journey will be a success. Etienne never reaches the Pacific Ocean, but he did step ashore on Lake Superior. He will go down in history as the first European explorer to reach the land of Michigan. 14 years later, in 1634, another Frenchman meets with the Native American Indians. Listen as you hear their curious reaction to this European who is dressed so strangely. Look at his robe with all of those colors, and the flowers and birds he wears on his clothes. Yes, but he carries thunder in both hands. Do not be afraid. These are not thunder that I hold. These are pistols that I hold. They are for my protection, and you may find them useful to you for hunting. I am looking for the people of the sea. I have heard that these people live near the Pacific, where I want to travel. Please show me the way. Follow the Ottawa River going west. It will lead you to larger waters. Perhaps this is your Pacific Sea that you are looking for? It is funny to think that these Europeans were in search of a shortcut to Asia that wasn't through this part of North America. Jean Nicolet did find Wisconsin, Illinois, and Lake Michigan, but he did not find the coast of the Pacific Ocean. His expedition must have been disappointing, not to mention exhausting. Finally, when we meet another European who isn't on this wild hunt for the Northwest Passage. This man was sent by the King of France in 1668 to teach the Native Americans about the Christian religion. I am Father Jacques Marquette, a missionary priest. I have learned your language, and we have become friends. I now have something to teach you about our God. I am a Christian, and I want you all to know what it means to be a Christian. I will build a settlement in this place. I will call it Sault Ste. Marie. I will also call a second settlement south of here and name this place St. Ignace. What about Kitchi Manitou? He is our spirit of the earth. He has provided us all that we need, our food, fire, shelter. Who is this God that you speak of? Is he yet another spirit of our earth? I do not speak of many spirits. I speak of one God. He is the creator of all things. I know only of our great Manitou, not your God. We will have ceremonies to honor what the earth gives to us, and we will return to the earth what we have borrowed. Your Christian ways people take away our land and our animals, and you waste what is not yours. The Native Americans wanted to follow their own way of life and religious beliefs. Father Jacques Marquette became the first European to establish or create a settlement in Michigan. Perhaps discouraged by the Native American Indian resistance to become Christian, Marquette left the settlements and followed the Mississippi River in search of an easy route to Asia. It is now 1674, and Michigan, which is now called New France at this time, needs protection from other Europeans like the Spanish and British who are building colonies and settlements of their own in North America. How can this land claimed by France be protected? Robert LaSalle provides the answer. I am Robert LaSalle. I am a teacher who loves adventure. Here in Montreal, Canada, I have built a fort which will protect New France. It will also be a place where we can trade animal furs from Native Americans. This will bring my country great riches. You see, I and my fellow Frenchmen were amazed by the great number of animal furs worn by the Native American Indians. Only the very rich in my home country could be dressed like that. It is our fortune that the Native American Indians are willing to give up their animal furs in exchange for French ribbons, cloth, beads, and guns. Look now, there goes a fur trader called a voyageur carrying furs upon his back. It is 1679, and I am ready for more adventure. I will sail these Great Lakes until the end. Here, with the help of 14 men, I will build a second fort that I will call Fort Miami. La Salle's fort was built high on a bluff overlooking Lake Michigan in the present-day city of St. Joseph. His forts served as important centers for trade for Europeans and Native American Indians. Meanwhile, the British, who had already established 13 colonies on the east coast of North America, were moving into the New France area. To stop them from entering the Great Lakes, a fort was built right on the narrow strip of land, called a strait, between Lake Erie and Lake St. Clair. This was called Fort Pontchartrain, and would eventually become our largest Michigan city, Detroit. Listen carefully. I am Antoine de la Cadillac. The governor of France has ordered me to build a fort. The British are coming. I need 50 soldiers, 50 workmen, 100 Native American Indians, and 2 priests. My 9-year-old son will also join us. We will travel to Fort Pontchartrain. We will build an animal stockade. We will plant gardens to feed the people. We will continue with trading with the natives and have craftsmen, blacksmiths, and shopkeepers within the walls of our fort. This will be a thriving community where we will all work together to keep what is ours away from the British. Cadillac sets up his fort and then sits down to write a letter. It reads, August 1st, 1701. Dear Governor of France, I am writing to you with a tale of accomplishment. First, we built Fort Pontchartrain in our houses. We cleared land. We planted wheat in October. The wheat grew well, and we harvested it in July. We have fine gardens and fruit trees. Next year we will build a mill to grind grain and turn trees into lumber. Sincerely, Antoine de la Cadillac. Watch carefully as the French flag finally lowered over Detroit, Fort Pontchartrain, on November 29, 1760, and the British flag takes its place. Due to the French and Indian War, also called the 7 Years' War, the French signed the Treaty of Paris, which gave up all of the French land in North America to the British. The Native American Indians and French were friends, sharing in expeditions and trading goods. However, when the British took over, the Native American Indians were lost. They lost land and trading partners. The Native American Indians and British do not get along. It is now 1763, and the Native American Indians gather to plan a rebellion against the British. Chief Pontiac speaks for them. You have selected me, Chief Pontiac, because I speak of regaining what is ours from the British. We must join together. We must be strong and brave. We have 3 large Native American Indian villages surrounding Detroit. These are the Potawatomi, Huron, and Ottawa. They must come together to fight the British. We will call it a peace council. We will go to the fort as if we speak of peace, but it will be a trick. Our women will carry hatchets, knives, and sawed-off musket guns under their blankets. Let us go and prepare. The Native American Indian surprise attack against the British failed. Somehow the British soldiers heard of their plans. Even though they left peacefully, they still continued to attack the fort for 153 more days. Fall arrived, and Chief Pontiac gave up the battle efforts to send everyone back home to prepare for winter. Even though we did not have the strength to win at Fort Pontchartrain in Detroit, our people are fighting forts all over the land of Michigan. Wish success, our native tribes have taken over many spots. But there still has been much death and failure. History will call our attempts to fight the British Pontiac's Rebellion. Native American Indians have a clever plan to capture Fort Michilimackinac from the British at the Straits of Mackinac, between the lower and upper peninsulas of Michigan. It is almost the British King's birthday. In celebration of your King's birthday, would your soldiers like to join us in a lacrosse-type sports game called Bagataway? I think it would be a great idea on this joyful June summer day. The game begins and is played for a few minutes. Then, the wooden game ball is thrown into the fort. The Native Americans grab the weapons underneath the women's blankets and enter the fort and defeat the British. We now have back what is ours. Cheering at the victory, yay, over the British. I worry that peace is not for long. While we cheer in glory, we still have lost many. Chief Pontiac has realized through many years of war that the British numbers are increasing, and they are getting stronger. He knows that the natives can no longer fight without having many of their own die. Peace must be made. It is time to bury our hatchets and declare peace. You may think we have lost against the British, but you are wrong. They have learned to respect us and have become good traders for gunpowder and other useful things. A proclamation of 1763 has been made. In this, the British set aside all land west of the Appalachian Mountains for Native American Indian use alone. Our earth is made smaller by the British, but we must still give thanks to our great Creator for all on earth that is given to us. Miigwech, Great Manitou, we thank you.